I have spent quite a lot of time over the last few years modding and experimenting with Crash Bandicoot games. There's one game in particular that I've spent a lot of time with, but I have tinkered here and there with most of the games in the series at some point or another, including this game, which is Crash Bandicoot XS for the Game Boy Advance. The only thing I've done with this in the past is replace every crate in the game with, and this wasn't planned, that I just happened upon these right now, with a nitro crate, which are these green things that explode when you touch them, and if you don't have a mask to protect you, they will kill you. And it was a long time ago now when I last did anything with this game, or basically any game that isn't the Insane Trilogy, so I thought maybe it could be interesting, maybe not, but you be the judge of that, to have a look at this game again and see if I can figure it out, because I do get quite a lot of comments and messages and emails and stuff from people saying, hey, I heard that thing you said about how you don't actually know anything about modding or how games work. How did you figure out any of this stuff? I've got a game that I want to mess with that no one's done any modding for before. How do you get started with things like that? And this game does have a few tools and things that I think can be quite helpful in getting started with it. But I thought it might be interesting to start completely from scratch and see if we can figure something out. I don't know, it's something different. It's something experimental. So this is the ROM for the game. I have another copy of it here unmodified because inevitably I'm going to break a lot of things. This all looks like total gibberish to me. I suppose if the first thing I want to do is change every crate to a nitro, I need to find where the crates are, so I probably need to find where the levels are. My first thought is, this is the name of the first level in the game, Jungle Jam. The next one's called Shipwrecked, and so on. So first thing I'm going to do is see if this name appears anywhere, which it will do, I assume. Jungle Jam, here we go. Level, Jungle Jam, Shipwreck, Temple of Boom, Frostbite, Cavern, Justin Slime, Snow Crash. So these are the levels, and there's some more text down here, different languages. I wonder if any of these are Portuguese. So this does look like this is just a list of level names. This is just text that's in the game. I don't know. Nope, okay, it doesn't appear anywhere else. So this is just a list of probably all the text in the game. Long temps plus flotter. Something. Is this French? The other idea I've had for finding where the actual level data is would be having a look at these time trial times. These must be recorded somewhere. It's just going to be a question of figuring out how these are actually stored. And you know what I'm noticing as I look through these? All of them are rounded to one decimal place here. Let's have a look at this first time. 35.5 seconds. So I mean, it could be that it's a float, 35.5, but I don't know if they're only using one decimal place. I think, based on my limited knowledge of how computers work, that would be an unnecessary level of data being used up for such a low level of precision. I have a feeling, or a memory perhaps, because I have looked at this game before, possibly what they did is multiply the time trial records by 10 and just store them as integers. Possibly. I mean, 355 does occur in the code here many times. I should be looking at bigger numbers, longer records, which are more likely to be in the later levels, like 230.4 or 228. 326, that's probably a good one, because I think generally the higher a number is, the less likely it is to be used frequently. So 326.3, that's 3 minutes 26, which would be 180, 206.3, 206.3, 2063. Does this appear anywhere? I mean, as 2 bytes, it's there all over the place, as probably any number is. What I should be doing is looking at this one and the next one together to see if they all just appear in a list somewhere. So 228, that's 148.4, 1484. Okay, what I found is that there is an occurrence of the Sapphire Relic time for the level No Fly Zone here, and then a little bit later, just here, is the Sapphire Relic time for the next level. Drip, drip, drip. So this would be the Sapphire time. This, I guess, 1971, whatever that converts to, 3 minutes and 17 seconds, 0.1, I guess. That would be gold. and then this would be platinum, 3 minutes and 9 seconds, 0.6. And then there's 2 sevens here, don't know what they are. There's something else here, don't know what that is, we'll look into it. 19, 2, and then this is the sapphire time for the next level. So there's obviously some kind of metadata for each level. This is the time for no-fly zone, and then drip 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 is here, so we can assume, I would assume, that there's 36 bytes worth of information for each level in the game. Now I don't know where the start of that information is. If we go back up here somewhere, there will be 355, which is, yep, here we go. This is the sapphire time for the first level in the game. I guess maybe from here there's 36 bytes relating to, yeah, 1, 2. It might be simpler than I thought it was. So here's some information about the first level. 355 would be the sapphire time, 275, 27.5 seconds, and then 23.3 seconds, I believe, for the platinum time. Then there's a 4 and a 4. I don't know what those refer to. And then there's this number. Now what I'm noticing, actually, I got this set to decimal because I've got 10 fingers. The offset within the file that I'm at here is 14.9 blah blah blah, which is a very similar number to this over here. So I'm wondering if after all of this information, time trial records and such, and then there's some, this is some cutscene text, I think, just after that. If I have a look at this number, which is mentioned in the data for the first level, and it takes me to here, which might get me closer. What is this number? Oh, again, this looks like it's pointing to another part of the file. I guess there's possibly 20 of these. It might include bosses as well. There's 20 levels in the game, 4 bosses. I should count 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an extra thing. Okay, so I think roughly each line of this section corresponds to a level. So I'm just going to grab this number and see what part of the file that is. Hello? Down here. Okay, so that's pointed me down to here. And this looks like it could be another set of 20 different things. I mean, again, just looks like another part of the file. So I'm just going to keep following this trail until it leads to something interesting. This is something different. Well, I might as well copy this and see where it takes me. It's the start of something. It seems like this isn't going to lead me to anywhere else. Should I assume that this is potentially something to do with the level itself? It looks very similar to what's going on down here. Could this be level 1 all the way down here? And then this be level 2? And then... no, I don't know about that. This is what I like to do in these situations. I do have my safe copy of the game here, so it's time to start fucking around with the code, I guess. When in doubt, zero something out. Let's see what this breaks. Well, the game still boots, which is a pretty promising sign. Let's see if I've done something, anything, to level 1. And if I have, we might be on the right track. Hello. This isn't what it's supposed to look like. I should have checked in the normal version of the game if there are 42 crates. But it looks like what I've done is I've broken something about the visuals, which is a pretty good start, I think. I've definitely found something to do with the first level anyway. I might as well see what happens if I get rid of the rest of this section as well. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty good indication that what I've just deleted was part of the visuals of this level. There's still, you can still see here, the vines in the foreground are there. It's just they haven't got sprites anymore. And obviously the collision and everything, all the gameplay stuff is where it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm just going to copy all the stuff I deleted and paste it back in so that I can see what I'm doing when I play the level. I mean, I'm kind of curious now to see what happens if I copy the visual stuff from a different level and paste it into that one. I'm just going to grab a random bit of code from a bit later in the file and assume that it's going to lead to an interesting result. Whoa! Okay. Wow. So yeah, I guess it's all just sort of colour information that part of the code is. I really quite like how this looks. It's like an alien planet. apart from the background, which is still as it's supposed to be. I think this is where I copied that from, so if I assume that this is where the next level starts, the gameplay stuff from the first level has got to be in here somewhere. These numbers all just count up. I guess what I'm looking for is some coordinates, maybe? Let's see. So if I assume each of these is just 2 bytes, then this is 32, 3236. I mean, it's hard to get a sense of 298, what the scale would be or anything. Well, I suppose the quick way to find out if this is the gameplay stuff is once again just to highlight a whole bunch of it and delete it. Okay, well, the game seems to have crashed now, so maybe I was a bit too enthusiastic with deleting stuff, and this is why I keep another copy of it open here. Maybe just a little bit of it I will delete and see what that is. Okay, so the game works. Oh, look at that. There were 42 crates before, there's now only 29 crates, which means I have found the crates, I think. I don't know the layout of this game or even this level off by heart, so I don't know which crates are missing. What's really nice is the first crates in the level haven't disappeared. I can try and figure out which ones they are a bit more easily. Well, you start in the level all the way over to the left of the map and move towards the right. In theory, the crates at the start will be the objects with the lowest X coordinates, right? I've just got to figure out which bit of this is the coordinates. 2000s, 2000s, 2000s. There's a lot of these. This column is all in the 1000s, 2000s. Oh, actually, these numbers are getting lower the further down the list I go. I wonder what's the lowest thing in here. 31 and 363, 116, 363. Oh, both of these have 363 in that coordinate. I'm gonna guess maybe this is X and this is Y. Maybe. Whatever this is at 31. If this is a coordinate, let's just add a 0. Oh, hang on. I think I just start the level here. Normally, you start the level over here. I think I just found the spawn point. Okay, so that is the coordinates then. So that means that anything that had the same Y coordinate as the thing I changed is going to be a crate, probably, that's on the floor down here. Oh yeah, there's a few things here that have this same 6B01, which translates to 363. So whichever one of these has the lowest X coordinate, apart from the player, which is here, is going to be that first crate. So 116, 338, 572, 116, I guess. I don't really know what the scale of this is, but let's say, I mean, it's sitting on the floor normally, so if I just reduce that by 10, presumably we're going to see it sunk into the ground, right? It's either going to be sunk into the ground or it's going to be underground. Oh, it's raised up, I think. Okay, I may have misunderstood how this coordinate system works. Let's do 303. Oh, no, it hasn't actually moved. So, hang on. Wait a minute, but it's definitely higher up than this crate is. Okay, fine, let's stick a 0 on the end, just to be extra certain that we know what's going on here. Okay, yes, there's still 29 crates, so I know it's somewhere. Actually, I guess it's lower. It's gone underground, isn't it? I just discovered that the coordinates go the opposite way to what I thought they did. But the point is, it was definitely that crate. That's the bit of code that I'm messing with here. So which one of these things is the type of crate that it is? 116 and 363. So I would assume that either this number or this number controls the type of object. That would make sense to me. Well, I can see this number occurring a lot more through these lists than this number. I think it's possible that every single one of these 2s is one of those basic crates. Let's change it to a 3 and see if it turns into something else. Oh, okay. Well, it's back here. It's still a basic crate. No, hang on, that wouldn't make any sense for this to be what controls the type, because this is the coordinates of the spawn point. There's only one of those, but there's loads of 1s here. So maybe it's this number that matters? Well, there's a 6 here. Let's change this to 6 and see what happens. Ah, okay. That crate is now a Wumpa fruit, and there's only 28 crates total in the level. So that's cool. We're getting somewhere. So I don't know what this did. I should probably change that back to a 2. I guess there's a lot of other damage to the level that I haven't repaired yet. 6 is a Wumpa Fruit. Now I think this level doesn't actually contain any nitros normally. While I'm here though, this is the spawn point. I wonder what happens if you change this to 0 and have 2 spawn points in the level. Nothing. Okay. I mean, should I just go up through the numbers one by one? That's going to take a long time. But let's see what number 1 is. Okay, 1 is nothing. 2 is nothing. I skipped ahead to 7 because 6 was a Wumpa Fruit, but again, that seems to be nothing. Well, let's look at some of these other numbers that are actually used. What is 2A, which is 42? Ah, okay. It's a big plant enemy. Can you beat Crash Bandicoot XS if every crate is one of these guys? What I should do is take a look at some other levels and look for some other types of things that are not in that level. Oh, this looks like a lot of different things. What's AF? I wonder what level this is from. Oh. Huh? Hang on, what happened there? Jungle Jam. Okay, it just goes back to the title screen. Ah, okay. I changed it to something that is in the code for this level, which was 40, which is one of those lizards, and it works again. You definitely can change it into things that aren't normally in the level though. I don't know why I haven't had any luck with that yet. Ah, okay. I've changed it into an iron crate, and yep, it still says there's only 28, which is correct, because you can't break this. I would like to figure out what number nitros is. This is 28. It was 21 before, yeah. Now let's try and guess. If 21 is the most basic crate and 28 is an iron crate, logically 22 would be something like a random crate or a bounce crate. Maybe 24 would be like an extra life crate. 25 would maybe be an arrow crate. I'm just guessing how I would do it. Let's say 26 would be a TNT. I would guess that 27 would be a nitro, and if I'm right about that, no one's going to believe that it was a guess. Ah, so close. This is a nitro switch crate. Although there's no nitros in this level, it still sounded like an explosion. If 27 is a nitro switch, surely 26 would be the one that would be a nitro. Oh, okay. I mean, I have no idea how these outline crates would work actually, or how they connect up to the switch crates. That's something I haven't even thought about. That's too much to think about today. Okay, I'll try 25. At least I'm within the right range now. Okay, maybe they weren't as logical as I thought they would be in numbering these different crates. Ah, okay. 31 I think it was in the end. 31 is the code you need for a nitro crate. That's the basics of how you would turn every crate in the game into a nitro. I think anything 636 is going to be on the floor next to where you start. Hang on, this is 33. That's probably the bounce crate because I haven't found that one yet. If I change this into 31 as well. Yeah, look at that. Nitros everywhere. Okay. Awesome. And yeah, that is confirmation as well that you can bring in objects that are not normally in this level into this level. I wonder what else I can do. I mean, Dingo Dial is right here. If I can find the Dingo Dial level, I can find Dingo Dial, surely, and see if I can copy him in. Okay, well, if this is all level 1, this would be level 2, this might be level 3. There's a lot of stuff there. This could be level 4. I'm just guessing here, I haven't checked any of these. This might be level 5, and then the question is, would the next thing be level 6, or would it be the boss that comes after level 5? Don't look at me like that, Crash. If this is a list of objects, this looks like a lot of stuff, so I'm going to say this is level 6, and this is level 7, and let's just keep going all the way. Yep, until it looks like something else. And I'm going to say the bosses maybe are at the end. Okay, now I've got completely lost within this code now. Let's go back to the very start, maybe. Find these level lists again. Okay, here we go. I remember these numbers as the kind of point within the file where I decided the metadata was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the question is, would the thing after this be the boss, or would it be level 6? And 1030... 967, 883 decreasing numbers, I'm going to guess is the time trial for level 6. 143, that's 103, 1030, yeah, okay. So let's assume you've got the 20 standard levels first, each of them 36 bytes. So after 720 is where we might get something different. 22, 1,500, 250. Yeah, those numbers. Here we go. 1,500, 250. Okay, so these have got the same numbers as each other in the spots where the time trial targets normally are. I'm going to guess those are just like placeholders because they needed to put something in the code, even though there's no time trials for the bosses. Therefore, I'm going to say maybe this is Dingo Dial, if they are in order, and that this is the number I need to start following to find where his level data actually is. And then this, I guess. Okay, look at this. Yeah, here we go. This looks like the visual stuff, and then if this is a list of objects, it's not very many things, is it, compared to the platforming levels? So I'm going to say Dingo Dial is one of these things. Actually, this whole section's in a different format to this. This is two different things, maybe. Well, this is 69, and that's a fun number, isn't it? So let's just try that to start with. I think that might be an object that's in the Dingo Dial level. Is Dingo Dial number 69? Oh, fucking nice. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. I wonder if I can actually beat him. I wonder what happens if I do. I need to get over him first. I wonder if I'm going to get given a mask if I die enough. Oh, suddenly I'm invincible. That wasn't what I thought would happen. I just suddenly, spawned, with invincibility. Oh my god, he's chasing me. Hello? Where's he going? This isn't how the fight normally works. I guess he normally goes all the way over to the right-hand side of the screen. Where are you going? Oh, this isn't what I expected to happen. But I'm loving it. I don't want to go in the bonus. Oh, I guess I'm not invincible anymore. I wanted to see what happens if you beat him, but I think he's gone. And I now realise the crates that are normally here, if you turn every crate in the game into a nitro, this is as far as you can get, because you've got to jump on some iron crates here, and they are some of the crates that I deleted. I mean, here's a question. What happens if I change the spawn point into Dingo Dial? Can you play as Dingo Dial? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I guess if you change the spawn point into anything else, you just spawn up at what is presumably 0, 0 in the coordinate system. And I have fully replaced the normal spawn point with Dingo Dial. And now there's two Dingo Dials. I thought I changed this into a Dingo Dial as well, apparently not. But there are more Dingo Dials in this level than there normally would be. Yeah, I guess he's going to keep going all the way to the edge, and there's nothing I can do to stop him. Okay, he still knows I'm here though. I don't know why I keep spawning in with invincibility. I think I've broken something there. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, what happens if you go to the Dingo Dial boss level and change Dingo Dial into a nitro crate? Was it 31? I think so. Hello? Dingo Dial? Here he is. Oh, this is a much more peaceful level when Dingo Dial is a nitro. I wonder if blowing it up will beat the level. I think not. But you know what I've just remembered? The secret ending of this game, which I don't have access to because I don't have all the gems on this save, involves one of the best characters in the franchise, beaten I think only by Rillaroo, and my new favourite, the Whalephant. If I can find the secret boss fight, which shouldn't be too difficult I think, I wonder if I can get Mega Mix into a level. Let's go back to this list of levels, and the bosses started at 22, I think, here. Dingo Dial. This would be boss number 2. This would be boss number 5, which would be Mega Mix. And yes, this looks like the last one in this list as well. I probably could have gone straight to this one. I forgot that I could do that. Oh, this isn't the last thing in this section. But I don't know, I'm going to stick to my method that I've been using. and see where this goes, and then see where this goes. Maybe this is the Megamix level, and that is like, it's not just a small boss fight, there is a chase involved in that. So I'm not surprised to see loads more objects than were in the Dingodile fight. Now hang on, I don't think this is a list of objects, because if it is, then you've got lots of things with identical coordinates, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe I should try confirming that this is the Megamix level by copying some of its visual data into, I guess, the Dingodile level, because I've sort of broken that level. I'm not missing out much by breaking it further. Yeah, this looks a little bit glitchy, doesn't it? These colours aren't correct. Are they? I don't think I've learned anything. Yeah, I haven't completely figured out this system of objects and coordinates. The difficulty with this is I can't get into the Megamix level because I haven't got all the gems in this game. Ah, I copied something from what I thought was the Megamix level, and this looks like something from one of the snow levels. So I don't know if I'm looking in the right place. Ah, okay. 45 is a penguin. And well, he was going to drown. I saved him from a worse fate. A platform. I'm finding lots of random objects. None of them are Megamix. I think I'm not even copying the right things if I'm finding bits of snow levels and bits of jungle levels in the same area. I think I might be copying the coordinates instead of the actual object codes. Let's go back to this list of levels. This is Dingodile. Anything that has these fake placeholder time trial times, I guess, is a boss fight, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 bosses, 5 of these. So presumably this is the last one, and this is number 25 as well. So surely this is the code that refers to Megamix. What if I take this and replace the equivalent bit of the previous level, which presumably is the Cortex boss? Will that now load the Megamix level in the place of the Cortex boss? Let's have a look. Neocortex. Ah, okay. Well, I found out how to get into the Megamix level, and that confirms that what I was looking at is the Megamix level. It's useful to know that there's a lot of nitros here, because I know the code for those. Oh my god, this is scary. I actually don't know if I've played this level before. I didn't completely expect to be playing it right now. Oh, wow, that's fun. Now the game has changed to, can I beat this level that I don't think I've ever played? Because I've never beaten this game to 100%. I wonder if you actually can break all the crates in this level. I guess Megamix does it for you. Oh, this is crazy. But at least I've definitely identified which level it is. I also just remembered, I think... yeah, I do have the sprint ability, because I have beaten Cortex on this save file. I wonder if you can beat this level if every crate is a nitro. I now realise it's still got Cortex's health bar, even though it's not Cortex anymore. That must be controlled by something else. That's interesting. Okay, good. You still do get extra masks if you die enough times. It would be useful if I could turn every crate in this level into an Aku Aku crate. I haven't figured out the code for that one yet. It wasn't my intention to beat the Megamix level. I just want to see if I can get Megamix into other levels, because I think he's great. Okay, so this number definitely does refer to the Megamix level, which means this number should be the Megamix level. But which one of these things is Megamix? 9E, is that something 158? I've totally lost track of where the Dingodile level was in the code, but I've gone back to Jungle Jam, so I've put something into Jungle Jam. Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, okay. I've had an actual crash. I don't know if this is telling me it's crashed or if that's just the name of the game. Either way, I've done something wrong there. And, oh, okay. Very wrong, apparently. Okay, well, hang on. I know that 1F, 31, these are all nitro crates. Everything that's 1F is a nitro crate. Anything around this, like 34, is probably a type of crate as well. I need to find something in this level, I'm pretty sure, that there's only one occurrence of. 128, I'm sure I've tried that. No, okay. Have I done something else wrong here? Maybe it's time, as much as I don't want to reset my game back to vanilla, because it might be too broken. Okay, we're back to normal. I think this was the code for the very first crate in the game. And... oh, I've lost my Megamix level now. I didn't think about what I was doing there. I highlighted this other copy of the game to copy it back over the modded version, and I've lost where I was, where my Megamix level was. It's alright, I'll find it. I know what I'm doing now. I know how to find this level. Here it is at the bottom, and here we are. And all of these 1Fs are nitros. 1.5, which is 21, that's what the basic crate is. Okay, we're back. What about 73/49? Dingo Dial was 69. I could see another boss character being... Ah, there he is. 73. Here we go. He actually does just chase you whichever way you go. And that's very scary. It's hard to... I'm trying to not activate the time trial and just see if I can get through the level normally. Oh, I just ran straight through him. That's quite useful. I think this level looked better before I changed it back to normal. Oh my god, he can't get me here. There he is. Well, that was fun. I'm sure I learned something. The last thing I'm wondering is the second Crash GBA game is very similar to this game. It was made by the same developers. How quickly do you think I can speedrun modding Crash Bandicoot Entranced? Okay, I guess this is one of the first... Oh no. No. This is the first proper level. Let's see if I can change some of these crates into nitros. This is registered as level 2, so let's have a look. I think what I need to do is the same as before, go to a later level, which is going to have longer relic times, and see if I can find a list of levels like I did before. Oh, that's only 58 seconds. 3 minutes 06.2. That's probably a good one to look for to begin with. 306.2 would be 186.2, 1862 as an integer, and let's look for something similar to what I saw in the other game, which I think might be this, which would make this, yeah, I'm going to say this is the list of time trial times, which means, oh yeah, the very first level, the tutorial, has 26.4, which is 264. Okay, that's not a very interesting level though, so let's look at, so this level, level 2, 362, okay, this is it. So then this is the number that I'm looking for, I think, and we just keep following the trail. I'm going to assume it works the same as Crash XS. This would be the visual stuff. This would be the objects. I wonder if the codes would be the same. Yeah, okay, let's say 0 here. This is the spawn point. So then the first coordinates would be 97 and 299 presumably. This would be the type of object that is. Maybe. I can see 35 there, which is 53. That's nice that that's reversible. Let's just see if this does anything. Ah, look at that, a scorpion. Brilliant, okay. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a scorpion before. Well, I know the code in the other game was 31 for a nitro. Let's see if it carries over to this game. Okay, not quite. Well, that's what happens if you have a 3-second time crate and it's not a time trial. If you were ever curious about that. Nothing. And it's going to take me forever to figure out what code it is for a nitro in this game, but you can see how the principle carries over. I suppose one more question while I'm here, and I've seen how similar these two games are. I do also have here Crash Bandicoot Fusion, Crash Purple, as it's also called. I think the problem with this game is it doesn't really have proper levels, and it doesn't have time trials, so I would have to come up with a different way of finding the level data in this one. Maybe that's something I try and do another time. There's 22 crates in this. I wonder if I can change these into nitros. I'll try that another time, because this game, I think, is less interesting than the others. And I don't know for sure that this was interesting for anyone, but I had some kind of fun doing it. I'll go back to the Insane Trilogy next probably, but maybe sometime I'll have a look at breaking a different Crash game when I'm bored. But I don't think I'm ever going to be bored when I've got Megamix to run away from.